So my dad always said something. He always goes, trust God, love people. Now, I don't believe in God, so I trust myself and I love people, but I don't trust people.
Mm.
And I think people need to understand that trust is something that, here's an example. We trust different people in different ways, right?
Absolutely.
So I have one mate who I trust in a fight, right? Like if we're in a pub and someone starts something, I just go, "Oi, dude, we got a problem." And his fists are like hammers, man. This is Matt. And because Matt's a second Dan black belt and he's still got an ego on him. And I love him. I love him like a brother. He is my brother. But I trust him in a fight hands down. But what I did learn ages ago was you don't tell Matt your secrets. Now, that's probably changed because he's grown up and he's a man instead of a young man. And I was there with him. You know, I was immature with him as well. And I made a shitload of mistakes as well, but I have another mate named Isaac, and I wouldn't trust Isaac in a fight because he's not a fighter. But you can go to Isaac and you can tell him anything you need to say, and not only will he keep that shit a secret, but he will give you his ear and give you advice. So there's different kinds of trust. There's trust where, and there's levels of trust. Like I might trust, like for example, you trust me to be honest with you,
but
you don't trust me with your PIN number.
No, I wouldn't give you. Well,
exactly. Well, because number one, there's no reason to. If there's a reason to, all right, maybe. But I don't like. I have different. Like I trust my boss to be honest with me, to always be, and I really do. I trust my boss. He's a great boss, and I trust that my boss, and I know that he always works harder than I do. I trust him to keep my best interests at heart, aligning with his best interests.
Wait, you have a job?
Yeah, I have a job. Not like that comment in a YouTube video.
And some
this
guy told
motherfucker.
You, good job.
And so, but I wouldn't trust him with my secrets. My boss with my my emotional secrets, and neither would he. Like he trusts me to do my job and be professional. I do what I need to do and make sure everyone's safe and secure. But he's not going to trust me with the business finances side. You know, like trust, just because you trust someone with something doesn't mean you trust them with everything. And I think that, also the other thing you have to understand with trust is that if you trust someone, and if you really do, and I don't mean if you just say it, but if you actually trust someone, the only thing you need to worry about is you two. Because like you imagine being a famous couple, right? You imagine if you and Ash were famous, and everyone was coming at you from every side. So for example, you look at someone like Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez.
Yeah. Are they still a thing?
No, fuck no. But when they were, you imagine being Selena Gomez and all these bitches are DMing you saying, "Hey, I fucked your boyfriend."
Yeah.
You just got to trust.
Yeah.
You just got to trust. Because if you don't, you're fucked. The relationship's fucked. It's broken. And that's probably why I broke up. I don't know enough about those crazy people to know why it fucked up. But anyway, the point is that threats will always come from the outside and they will bounce off the walls. Now, the walls on the outside of a trusting relationship are brick and they're double or triple thick layer, right? But inside the relationship, they're made of very, very fragile glass. And the problem is, as soon as you fuck up, here's what I mean, right? So when I was 24, I told my girlfriend at the time that I was looking at another girl and I was attracted to her. And she freaked out. And the trust was kind of violated. Now, I didn't do anything with this girl, but she freaked out at the fact that she thought I wanted to. Now, the desire to do something is not the act of doing it. And I think having a conversation with someone about their desires is very, very necessary. Because you have to be able to also trust that someone can handle the truth. Because I think a lot of people can't handle the truth. And a lot of people
can't handle the truth.
And a lot of people that can handle the truth are in relationships with people who can't. And that's a problem. And so, like, one thing that I need in a relationship is I need someone that can sit there and hear anything, absolutely anything. She can hear any accusation against me and just be like, okay, let's talk to Anthony about it. Okay, let's talk to him about it. Okay, so now you've said your piece. Now you've said that he's a dog. Now you've said that he's done this, but I'm going to go talk to him about it because that's what trust is. Now, if you fuck up and you do cheat on your partner, or you do fuck up on a business deal, or you do make a mistake that breaches that trust, you've got a problem, because trust is very difficultly built and very easily broken. And here's another thing you'll find, that charismatic men gain trust very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this because I have had situations in my life where a woman has given me trust like that. Now, it could be to do with her personality, could be to do with mine. Yellow? Too easy. And so, but one thing I know that is there's only one man and one woman that I trust 100% without question, and that's my mom and my dad. But I trust them because they've earned it again and again and again and again and again. And they have never, my dad's never lied to me. And I've never found evidence that he's ever lied to me, to the point where my dad and my mum never told me that Santa was true. And my mum actually said why. She goes, the reason is because I don't want some fat man in a red suit getting credit for my hard work. Now, I love that. But the reason I trust my mum, and my mum still has power of attorney over me, because I trust her. I absolutely, without question, and without I trust her, and I trust my dad, and I trust my sister as well. Maybe not as much, but that's only because she has her own interests and own priorities. But she's, I think that you need to be careful who you trust. But if you do trust them, you need to ask yourself why you trust them, and if they're good reasons, like because they've proven it, that's a good reason. But if it's a bad reason, and here's another thing. When someone asks you to trust them, like trust me, they don't mean trust me. They mean act as if you trust me.
Yeah.
Right? So you need to be smart about that, and you need to just be honest with them and say, look, you haven't given me a reason to.
And I guess most times people will be like, trust me. Oh, you can trust me.
Yeah.
Don't trust them.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
Don't.
look, yeah, I trust someone when they give me reason to do it. Now, having said that, because of the personality, because of what I've seen, if someone makes a mistake, like cheats on me or lies to me, I immediately go into recovery mode. I just go into backup mode, like format hard drive, go into recovery mode. And then I start questioning everything they've ever done, right? Which is why I make it my mission in life. I will make mistakes, but I will never lie to you about those mistakes. Because that's just what I said earlier before about fucking up on the podcast, because trust is so fragile. And if you're gonna get someone's trust, you need to honor that, because you make the world a worse place when you fuck up and break trust and cause people to become more cynical.
I also think most 95% of the time, if you trust someone, it ends good.
Wait, say that again.
I think most of the time, if you trust someone, if you say our podcast once, I met you, I had no reason to trust you, and I was like, no, fuck it, let's do it. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do a podcast together. I put that trust in you, and it's worked out for the better. You didn't fucking screw me over. We're still here. We're still doing our podcast from our 5th episode. Yeah, I'm having great fun doing it, etc. I'm not saying put your trust in everyone you meet, but if you trust someone, or if you show, even if I don't trust you in the back of my mind, and I act like I trust you, 95% of the time it's going to work the way you want it to work. I find.
I would say, I would say a bit lower, but I agree.
Yeah, a bit lower. Yeah. Maybe the statistics might be a bit off. But say someone at a pub is like, fuck, I've got money in my car to pay for this beer. Give me 2 seconds. Let me run out. Just pour it. Give me 2 seconds. I'll run out to my car. I'll grab the money. I'll come back. 95% of the time, you pour the beer, you put it on the bench, they run out to their car, they come back, and they've got the money for you. Yeah. Not often you pour the beer.
Having said that, because I'm a lot more cynical maybe than Sam, I would say what I can't remember who said it. I think it was it the FBI or Red? Huh? Okay. Trust but verify. Trust but verify. And I love what Jim Mattis, the former Secretary of Defense, said. Meet people with a smile on your face and be prepared to kill them.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But see, as a bouncer, I don't trust anyone. I do not trust anyone until they give me a reason to.
Yeah.
But as a person, I think you're right. Like, you have to go into a meaningful relationship with an attitude of trust.
And relationships as well. Trust is something that people struggle with, depending on who they are, no matter what. But if you can really put it out there, most of the time it ends well for you.